A lot of talk these days about AI. And I'm wondering, do I need to learn it? As a retiree, as someone who I hope will never be in the workforce again, knock on wood, do I need to care about AI, or do I just need to, casually follow what's happening? Kind of like when smartphones came along. I wasn't the earliest adopter, but at some point I joined the band, and it's been good. Right now I look at AI, and all I really do is use it as I search for information on Google AI. But do I really need it? My answer is no. Feel free to convince me if I'm wrong, but yeah. Please forgive my change of eyewear. It's a Monday morning and the sun is just breaking out of the clouds here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hi, my name is Jesse. Thanks for watching my channel. AI. Yeah, I'm thinking about my life and my needs. If I were younger, if I were in the workforce, of course, I'd have to be working triple time to try to keep up with this new technology that is killing jobs. But I want to talk about my personal biases based on my career, my dual career in journalism and teaching. But I'll get to that in a minute. I don't think I need AI, and I'm not going to waste brain cells on it. I could be bitten, by it at the end, but for now, I am just going to live a AI-less life the best I can. I think about, what I do, what I like to do. I take walks. I read books. I read books usually in coffee houses, in part because, I like and need the coffee, but also I like people watching. And I like people watching when I'm out taking walks. I travel a lot. Traveling is really important. I can't imagine how AI is going to ruin traveling, but I'm sure it will. I just, to see different cultures, to see different places, that is a very tactile, non-technology type of thing. And I sure hope it stays that way. I don't know. Eating, cooking, that is something that I really want people to continue doing. If I ever get to chat with somebody on customer service, I sure hope it's someone from the Philippines and not from, Planet AI. So I definitely have biases against it. But I also have a feeling that, I've only got so many brain cells left. And do I really want to put so much time and work into keeping up? Because it takes a lot, as everyone knows, to keep up with technology. Ooh, fumbled that out. What's he shooting? So about my biases, I am not a Luddite. I worked at Wired magazine in San Francisco. I spent a lot of time in San Francisco, a lot of years, during the burgeoning tech growth period in the late 90s and early 2000s. But as a journalist, God, ever since I started college, like in 1979, people were talking about journalism as a dying industry. And what really kind of rang the death knell for it was the advent of the technology of the internet in the late 90s mostly. That, there were a couple things. I used to work at the San Jose Mercury News in the Bay Area. I'm heading towards a bridge. I'm going to continue after I get past the bridge and the bridge traffic. Where was I? Yeah, I worked at the San Jose Mercury News in the Bay Area, And at that time, they were a big and very profitable, powerful newspaper in the state. And they actually had they made the most money from classified advertisements, the little classified ads, of any paper in the country. And then the internet came. Suddenly Craigslist was offering classified ads for free. And that was just that was a huge revenue suck out of the newspapers into the ether. And then moving forward to AI, the problem with newspapers, there's so many, and these are not the only two problems with it. But one of the problems that newspapers had was they didn't know how to handle the internet Wi-Fi era. And so they put their newspapers, their advertisements, I got distracted there by the kayak and fishermen. This is so beautiful. So the obstacle that really hurt newspapers was that they put their product online for free. And then in subsequent years, they tried to get people to pay for it through subscriptions as the actual, print editions were dying. That's just one of the problems with newspapers over the last 25 years, but nowadays AI is killing it another way. AI is basically an aggregator of information, taking anything it can find from all the internets and putting it in, say, Google AI search for free without paying the reporters, paying the newspapers for all the hard work and expense that it took to get the news out. So I'm not happy with AI as it pertains to newspapers. AI can't do the reporting. They're only stealing what reporters have done, offering it to us for free. And then my subsequent career was as an English teacher. And for the last 2 years before this year at the University of Pittsburgh as a writing instructor, composition instructor. And, as any teacher will tell you, dealing with AI, dealing with papers written for students, it's a problem. And personally, because I'm stubborn and I don't like, let me give you the example that really turned me off. There was nothing worse for a composition instructor than to read an article, to read a composition that a student has just created with AI, because you're not going to catch them. You're not going to be able to detect it 99 times out of 100. And in addition to them getting away with it, that's not really what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is it just is soul-sucking to read an essay that you suspect wasn't written by the student. It's worse than a waste of time. It's just, like I said, it's soul-sucking. It really takes a lot out of me. It honestly was one of the reasons that I decided to quit teaching and head into this wonderful time of retirement. So, that's a positive, AI. Good on you. And that's the perfect segue to the segment of this video when I tell you all the good things for retirees, all the good things about AI for retirees. I went directly to the source. I used Google AI and I asked, can retirees benefit from using AI? Now, mind you, I'm reminded of the Upton Sinclair quote, "Never trust a man whose salary depends on it to understand the problem." Copy editors, take note. It wasn't the exact Sinclair quote. It's close. And basically what it means is Am I supposed to trust AI to tell me that it's no good for retirees? Of course it's going to say it's good for retirees. And you know what? It says it's good for retirees. So it tells me, yes, AI can significantly enhance the life of retirees in health and wellness, in security, in financial management, in making connections, and on and on and on. Oh, the greatest thing since sliced bread, isn't it? Let's take improving social connections. AI Google AI, it says that it can enhance and enable video calls, can empower translation, different languages, yada, yada, yada. First of all, they mostly already exist, but it goes to one of my original points is that I will be a passive adopter to AI. I will use what's in front of me. You know, it's kind of like one day there's no smartphones, and then there's smartphones, so I'll use that. One day there are records to listen to music, then there are cassette tapes, and then there are CDs, and then there's streaming, and I will use that. But my original thesis, my original question was, do I really need to learn AI? And I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no for now. You know my biases. I have friends, you know, one of my best friends, he is a graphic artist, and he is always dabbling in whatever the new technology is, and he's just eating it up. That's kind of his, you know, he's an artist, that's what he loves to do, and I say more power to him. I am a walker and a reader and a people watcher and a traveler and I'm not going to say a gourmet, but someone who loves to eat. And I'm perfectly happy in my non-tech, non-AI world to enjoy those for as long as I can. This natural world. How much do we have left? That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. What do you guys think? Are you into AI? Do you think it's important to learn to keep up with the tools to figure out what it can do? I mean, like I also said at the beginning, it's a whole different matter for those of you in the working world. It's really important for you entrepreneurs out there and business leaders to figure out ways to, you know, fire more people and put them out on the street to make more profits. Did my bias hang out there? But for, you know, people out of the workforce, one of the, you know, Google AIs, you know, talking about health and wellness, sure. Whatever AI is doing to, you know, improve the medical life, cure cancer, I'm all for it. But like I said, as a passive consumer, am I convincing or unconvincing? Anyway, I am going to stop now, end this video. I really want to thank you guys for watching. I hope it was a little bit thought-provoking. If you like this video, please press the like button. Drop a comment below. Comment, criticism, personal experience. And finally, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe. All right, till next time, thanks.